Good day everyone. Today's video is based on a JavaScript code. The code is built around a class called calculator. Think of this as a blueprint. When the page runs, we create a specific instance of this blueprint to manage the data. So in the class calculator, we have a constructor here. And then this constructor runs once the calculator starts, and then it accepts two HTML elements, which are previous operand text element and current operand text element. And then it has a function which is this clear, which also ensures all variables start empty. So we move on to these functions. The calculator needs to remember three things at any moment. These are stored inside the class. So we have this function current operand, previous operand, and operation. With the current operand, it deals with the number the user is currently typing into the calculator, and then the previous operand is the number entered before pressing an operator like plus, minus, the rest, and the operation is the math symbol waiting to be used. Okay, so we have this append function here, and then with this function runs every time you click a number between 0 and 9. It treats numbers as strings or text rather than math numbers initially. This is so that if you type 1 and 5, it becomes 15 instead of adding them 1 plus 5 giving you 6. We move on to the choose option. So with the choose option, it runs when you click any of the operation signs, which are plus, minus, multiplication, and division. Yes, these four operators. And then with this, we have a function here, and then with this function is called chaining. In this function, it helps you if you type 10 plus 10 and then you hit the plus sign again instead of equal to. This function notices there is already a previous operand, and then it automatically runs calculate, so the result 20 moves to the top and you can continue adding. We will see that in our calculator very soon. So the chain helps the previous operand move to the top of the calculator screen and then gives space for you to continue adding. We will see that very soon. So this function here also moves data, or it helps in moving data. It moves the current operand up to the previous operand slot and wipes the current slot so you can type the second number. That is what I was saying here, that once you enter a first number and then you press any of the operators, the first number moves to the top, indicating it has moved from the current operand slot into the previous operand slot, giving you space to enter a second number. Alright, we'll see that very soon. So we are here down to the brain of the operation, which is calculate. It runs when you hit equal to or chain operators, and then it helps in conversion. So with the conversion, we can see a keyword here which is pass float. So with this pass float, it turns text string back into actual math numbers. We all know text strings. So the pass float here turns those text strings into actual math numbers. Alright, so here are the operation signs. We move on. So we're moving on to the formats. Yes, how the calculator will look. The looks of the calculator is here. So you have this function get design number. So this is a helper function that makes the numbers readable. It splits the numbers into integers and decimals. As you can see here, we have constant integer digits and then constant decimal digits. So it uses dot to local string to add commas automatically to numbers. We will also see that very soon. So let's move on to update display. This function, it takes the internal data from the JavaScript variables and actually puts it into the HTML so the user can see it. It is called at the end of every other function. Alright, so we move on to the how do you call it? Wiring to the HTML. So these buttons, this section here or these codes here are buttons where the JavaScript talk to the HTML. So each of them is going to be seen. Alright, thank you very much. So now let's move into our calculator. So we have our calculator here. We have our calculator here. Let me clear the space. So initially this is what we have. We have 0 here. So I enter this number. So this one here is now my current operand. This number here is now my current operand. Immediately I use any of the operators, let's say plus. You see it has moved to the top here. It has moved to the top here. This is what I was talking about, moving of data in the how do you call it, choose operation function. It moves the current operator up to the previous. So this space here is the previous operand slot and then gives you space to enter the next number. So you see we still have 0 here. So let me take 5 and then now I press my equal to. This is now our current operand. Yes, the result is now our current operand. So if I move or take another operator again, it moves to the previous operand and then it repeats, it repeats, it repeats. Alright, so now let me illustrate the chaining function for you. So you have 10 plus 10. This was the current operand initially. So after the operator came, it moved to the previous operand slot and then gave me space to enter another number, which is the same thing. So instead of equal to, I'm going to enter plus again. So when I entered plus, we got 20, which has still been moved into the previous operand slot. But if I had used the equal to sign, I would have only gotten a result in the current operand slot. So now it has given me a space to continue adding, 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 and adding. Alright, thanks to everyone. See you next time.